So, in the last 3 weeks, this is February 6th, 2025. In the last 3 weeks, since January 12th, I've had so many wonderful blessings happen. And I contribute this to being grateful and speaking positive things in my life. On the 12th of January this year, my daughter got into a really bad car wreck, and she walked away. She had a cracked pelvis bone, nothing bad, a little bit of chip off of it, they said, and some bruises, and that's it. And if you were to see the car, there's it looks like the Hulk took it and kind of went crunch. He didn't close his hand all the way, but he crunched it. The motor, I think that they said the transmission too, the motor was on the ground. She turned from a dead stop. She was turning and going across a 2-lane highway, turning into a business. And there was a car coming she didn't see, and they hit her on her front passenger side. We cannot figure it out how her car got so crumpled, because their car was not that bad. It was just that front passenger side corner that got messed up. Supposedly, neither one of them saw each other. There wasn't any skid marks or anything on the road, from what I understand. I don't know the whole story. That's just the bits and pieces I got from it. Excuse me. So that was January 12th. January 13th, I got laid off from work for reduction of force. And then I immediately, started calling the agencies that I usually work through, the contractors. And by January, that was the 13th. By January 27th, I had started a new job. And it's just been I'm sorry, I skipped some stuff. January 12th, she got in a wreck. January 13th, I got laid off. January 15th, my daughter got approved for a new car, or a newer car. January 16th, I bought a camper to live in. And then I had a job interview the next week and had a job the following week. So within 3 weeks, I had a job. 2 weeks of leaving my other job. And then it's just been blessing after blessing. And the place that I'm working for right now, the boss lady is training me. Now, the other lady that works in the accounts payable, she helps me a lot. But my boss lady has been training me. And I know she's seen some red flags when I first started, because I am not accountant or in the accounting department. I am data entry and reconciling and putting things into the bank and taking things out and crediting and debiting. That's not my mindset. I've never been good at it. As much as I want to be good at it, for some reason, I've never let it just flow and me just get that perfect understanding. So this boss lady has been great in teaching me, and so patient. And it's just wonderful having these changes come about. And that's mostly what I want to talk to y'all about today. And I know I've talked about changes before, because we are constantly, every day, we are in changes. Whether you get up, you do the same routine every morning to get ready to go out into the world, or get ready to just have your regular day. But if you're like driving, sometimes you get a detour to go to and from your destination. Those are changes in our lives. How we handle those changes within inside of ourselves, it determines how our life is going to just take off. And yeah, and it's something that, now that I've just been practicing this abundance that seems to be real popular, and making a positive attitude. Like when I first started this job, I stayed so upset, because for some reason I wasn't letting my mind grasp the concepts of this accounts receivable stuff. And I've done it before. It's just been a long time ago, and it was on paper and DOS. So that tells you how long ago it was if you know anything about that kind of stuff. It's like I was telling my boss today. I said, look, I'm going to go ahead and take some classes to see if it will help me understand better. I said, but there's quite a few things I understood today that clicked. And so it's just muscle memory, and I've got to reach in and pull it out to get it back out again. And told her, I said, it has been a while since I've done this portion of accounts receivable. I said, usually I'm just mostly data entry. And she said, well, good. I'm glad. And just so y'all know, I cannot see who is on here because I can't wear my reading glasses while I drive. But I want to do a thank you and a shout out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate you. So, but the changes that are coming about in my life, when I first started last week, I want you to know, I just wanted to cry every day. For one, I don't like making mistakes, even though I can make a lot of mistakes. Two, I don't like people being disappointed in me. And three, I don't like to be thought of as dumb or stupid. And I don't know if that's just normal for everyone, but I know that's how I feel. And and I'll tell people, just be patient. You might have to tell me 2 or 3 times, but I promise you, once I get it, and I can run with it. And then I'm really good at it. And I am, because I'm moldable. It's not that I'm teachable, but I'm also moldable. And a lot of people, especially my age, almost, getting up there body wise, not mentally. I'm definitely not 58 mentally. I can tell you that right now. I can look at the people around me, and mentally, I probably am about 30 something. And but physically, I mean, I feel 30 something. And but the point is this body that's been on this earth is 58 years old, and I just don't feel that. So being able to allow myself to be teachable and moldable, I am allowing myself to make changes in my life that is going to better me, even though like last week, it did not look like I was going to be better. And I just knew, I had these thoughts that the old self was trying to come back in and work itself back in, that oh, she's going to call your contractor and tell your contractor that you're just not, and then you're going to have a hard time. See, those thoughts right there, if I would let them finish and complete, I tell them, look, that is not who I am anymore. You old thoughts need to go on and move yourself on down the road, make like a tree and leave, because that's not who I am anymore. I am positive. I am uplifting. I am smart. I am intelligent. I catch on quick. I understand well. I do a good job. I'm dependable and reliable and honest and truthful. And I just move on and on and on with myself and being positive. And those old thoughts, I can hear them going, huff, and getting angry because I don't want to let that. I don't want to pull that adrenaline type stuff back into my life. That's nothing but just a bunch of drama junk. Whenever I want that old stuff tries to come back in, it tries to beat me up. So last week it was a fight. We were in the ring with gloves on, and a couple of times I wanted to take the gloves off and let's do some bare knuckles with it. But I didn't let it get to me, and I was like, no, I am wonderful. I am great. Go away, negative thoughts. These are things. And I was able to get through the week, even though I felt so disappointed in myself, and knowing that I was representing my contractor, and then knowing that this lady was seeing these red flags because I could see it on her face. And for some reason, she intimidates me, not in a bad way, but intimidates me as being smarter and knowing more. But I shouldn't say but, because that cancels it out, and I don't want to cancel out what I just said. So I don't know if it does the same thing either. So and but, are they the same thing? Moving on, whenever you have opportunities in your life, and I think of the movie Blindside, when Michael was on there. He grew up with very few opportunities, and then he gets led to this wonderful and beautiful family that are just good people, and instead of snubbing their nose at him, they take him and bring him in, and then all of these opportunities he didn't have before he has now, his life becomes better and he becomes more confident. When you have certain opportunities in your life, especially if you've grown up with parents that have done something like my boss, this company they own is a generational company. Her dad owned it. I haven't looked into it deep into it, which it doesn't tell a lot on their website, but her dad owned it and now she owns it. Is I don't know if she's part owner or what, but she's the owner of the company. Sometimes people can look at someone that, for me, for instance, I've had a lot of opportunities in my life, but I've never had opportunities as being financially secure, and sometimes, not all the times, but being financially secure and growing up in a family that is financially secure. I've noticed a lot of these kids and young people and adults that have had these opportunities seem to be more confident in themselves. And with me not having that kind of lifestyle growing up, my confidence can falter with someone that's had the opportunities and have been able to grow inside of this lifestyle. And I think last week when that old self was trying to come back in, and I was disappointed in myself because I didn't know how to bring that muscle memory back from this accounts receivables. And y'all, I have worked in accounts receivables a lot when I was in my 20s. That's what, 30, almost 40 years ago. We'll say 30 years ago, because I was mid 20s, early 30s when I was in accounts receivables. But like I said, it was back when we had DOS. I think the computer age was just starting, the PC age, not computer age, but the PC, personal computer age, was just making its move into people's houses, but it was very few and far between because computers were so expensive back then. I mean, computers can still be expensive. I mean, like, we got a gateway computer. I wanted a gateway computer. I wanted a gateway. First, we did the iMac Apple thing where it was all one computer. It was a monitor screen. They were really big and they were colors. I remember they were candy colors, like Jolly Ranchers is what I would think of when I would see them. Well, we got one of those. We got a green one. I wanted a purple one because I love purple Jolly Ranchers, but they haven't. Anyway, moving forward, working back then in that accounts receivable, I was like, I know this stuff. I know how to do this. But like today, our a bank account, the deposit that was made did not equal our daily balancing sheet. And there was a couple of reasons why. Well, she said, just go ahead and put this amount in there, because tomorrow when it comes in, you're going to be able to balance it out and it'll be fine. Well, back then you could not do stuff like that. No, you can't do that. You're going to make a mess of it. You have to do it this way. You have to do it that way. And if you do it this way, blah, 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 on and on and on, it's not going to work. But nowadays, with everything being real time and being in the computer age and moving forward in this area of our lives, it's so much simpler now. It doesn't have to be like it was back then. And I had to get that through my head. It's okay. It's okay. Because it physically hurt me to write these amounts down and do it this way. But I know tomorrow when it comes in, everything will balance and I will be okay, because I was taught it has to balance. It has to be those two double lines under your amounts. It cannot be a point oh 0.01 or a point 0.3 or anything like that. It's got to balance. So by being able to do that in this mechanical age, in this electronical digital age, it I understood after all of the facts, and I was able to sit and think about things. Excuse me. I felt better about myself and I felt more confident. And then, after going through this, y'all, I don't know how to explain it to you, but to mess with someone's money absolutely scares me so much. And I guess because I don't want someone doing it to me. And I've met people that have embezzled from their companies, and I've met accountants that took money from the company they were working for, and I just never want that to happen. Nor do I ever want to be accused of doing something like that. That's a lot of it is the reason why I don't like being in accounting. Excuse me. But this lady she's been so nice to me, and she's really helped me a lot. She's fairly young, so it's been a drastic change. It's not been difficult. Last week I might have told you it was difficult, but now that I sit and I think about it, the only reason why it was so difficult was because of me, because I allowed it to be that difficult, because I want to do such a good job and I want to be so perfect, and I have to get it through my head, Bobby, you are not perfect. And there's nothing in this that cannot be fixed because it is real time. And you can see it. Oh, that cop just made an illegal turn. Shame on him. But anyway, by being able to refocus my mind and to be able to uplift myself and I talk to myself a lot. You are confident, you can do this. You give off the air of business and confidence. You can do this. You're great at it. You know how to do this. And by telling myself this over and over and over, today was a really good day for me in this actual thing. And then the other lady in the accounts payable, she sits across from me, and the first couple of days she wasn't very patient, and I could tell I was aggravating her, but she was trying to close out the month. So, and that can be, and then she's got all this work doubled on her because I don't know how to do it. She's slowly pulling me in. But people are people. They're going to be who they are to your face, and then they're going to be who they are behind your back. Whether they're the same person or not, these are things we don't know unless we are standing there with eyes in the back of our heads watching them. And that's impossible to do as a human that I know of. I haven't figured out how to do that. That would be kind of cool. But then it'd also be kind of invasion of privacy too, if you think about it. But moving forward, she's this other lady is like, I'm like, hey, I don't know what is up here. And she goes, Bobby, you have to use O1. You're in one of our salesmen's names in the. I was like, what? She goes, you have to use O1. And seeing I had the O1 in the letters written in big letters. Well, instead of me doing that, because our companies are O1 and O2, instead of me writing out regional on there, because we're in this is our regional vendor number. I just assumed I just looked at her and said, oh God, that's right. You told me it was regional. She said, yeah. I said, I didn't write it down. I'm writing it down. She started laughing or kind of giggled. I don't know if it was a ha ha funny or a God, you're stupid funny. So either way, not on me, on her. But moving forward, but I like that word today. Moving forward, by me allowing these changes to come freely and being able to move these changes within inside myself as a positive, I am able to cope better. And I've met a couple of people that has been doing this positive attitude thing, and they say it has helped to cope better. I think our brains, I'm sure not everyone is like this, and because we're all different, because we're humans and we were all made differently. But I honestly believe that every person that can come to themselves and be positive about every single situation that comes up, good or bad, and find the positive in the bad, there's always going to be something alive. So I don't know what just happened. It said it disconnected. But anyway, let me back up. my daughter and I were talking about the car. I said I wish my blinker on my car, my sons would fix my blinker because it's on the driver's side and it's hard. It's the hard one to do. And my daughter's like, yeah, I had a headlight out. I said, well, maybe we should do that this weekend. And about the same time, we were like, oh, wait, you don't have to worry about that anymore. That's a good side to the wreck. And then I was like, you know what? Later on, not at the same time, I said, do you know that you no longer have a car note? She goes, I know. So that's an extra $500 a month. She goes, it is. Good side. When she went to get her new car or her new used car, however you want to look at it, her payments were like $100 or $150 cheaper than it was on her other vehicle. Another good side. Now this car's got good tires. It's newer. It has way less mileage. Good side. This tragedy thing that happened, you've got all of these blessings coming one right after another. And this is what's been happening to us since January 12th. It's like, blessings were coming before then. Good things were happening before then. But I mean, they was just like, bam, 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 blessing, 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 blessing. Good thing, good thing, good thing, bad thing, good thing, good thing, good thing, bad thing. You see what I'm saying? So by having that positive attitude and finding the good in the bad, smelling the roses amongst the thorns, it's really been just, I don't know, so much better. And I could look at these last 3 weeks as, oh, poor me, look at what's happened to us, look at what's happened to me, all of these things. And I'm looking at, oh my gosh, can you believe this happened? This is so exciting. This has happened. This good thing, this good thing. And by keeping that in my head instead of harping on all the things that aren't happening or the things we don't have, and being grateful for the things I do have and being grateful for all of these changes, things have been so good. So today, tomorrow, the next day, and just keep on going with it. Just look for the good things that are happening. Find them. Some people are like, there are no good things. There's always good things. Even in the most tragic sense, there is, and there are good things that happen that come out of tragedy. It's up to us to find them and to be positive about it and to be happy with inside of ourselves. So I hope this little rant or this little chat or this little speech, however you want to look at it, has helped you and helped you realize that by me sharing things in my life, go out and share something to someone else about the good things in your life and just smile a lot. I've noticed that when I just randomly smile, my body automatically feels better. It's really wild. And I'm going to tell you something too. By smiling, some people are like, no, it don't work, but you got to let your mind make it work. Yeah. Smiling also helps with pain, mental, physical. I've noticed for me, just smiling or finding something funny and laughing helps with the pain, all of it. It doesn't, I'm not saying it goes away, it just helps with it. So thank you for watching. I hope y'all are having an absolutely beautiful, wonderful day. That's your choice, right? It is. So y'all go out there, be contagious, and share the smile.